Hey, thank you for joining us here at Fruta Extrana. I'm your host, Alexandro-Evans, of course. And to my left, we have, welcoming back, Dr. Charley Ferrer.
Hi.
Thanks for coming back.
Well, thank you.
And today, we're talking about...
What are we talking about?
You know what we're talking about. We're talking about internet sex.
Oh, my God.
So,
we're going to talk about internet sex and what's it about, what it really is.
All right, you ready?
Would you like to start? I know that you've been clicking on your computer lately.
Yeah, I did some research, but... So where would you like to start? Because I have loads of questions to ask.
Well, we can do that too. We can go based on questions, but talking to people about what internet sex really is all about. And it's not just about having sex, it's also about relationships. What it tends to be is basically you're dating, but you're doing it online. And you're doing it through your computer.
Now, can that be really classified as real dating if it's on a computer?
I think it is, because it's also a way for you to start. It's kind of like the bar scene of the new millennia, because people are using the internet as a way of being able to meet someone they like. The good thing about the internet is that you can weed through the junk. You can weed through the undesirable people instead of having to be with them for months and months trying to figure them out. Because on the internet you can say, well, I'm looking for male or female around this age, in this area, here or all over the U.S. So it also opens a door for you for people outside of your own area. And again, it works as if you were at the bar, because you can go up there and get on whichever server that you're using and then talk about, hey, this is Charlie, this is Jesse, this is Tony, this is Teddy, this is whoever, and these are the things that I like. So in a sense, it allows you to cut through all the red tape, all the insecurities. And there's also the idea that when you're on the internet, it also has a lot of ambiguity, or not so much ambiguity, but there's a feeling of safety, there's a feeling of detachment, so that if you're normally shy, you can be totally open and outgoing, and you can create the person that you want to be. So not all the time that you meet someone on the internet, they're going to be the same in real life as they were on the internet, because of the fact that you have this barrier, this screen, you know. Excuse me. The other wonderful thing about the internet is that you could look like crap and sit there in front of the screen and, you know, flash the person your best picture, you know, or your naughtiest picture, or whatever you want. But you can be sitting in front of the camera with no makeup on, your hair in rollers, you know, in your underwear, and out clothes. Yeah. You've been there, huh?
Yeah.
And so the person doesn't see that. So I think, too, when you're on the internet, people start getting lazy. Because of the fact that you don't have to dress up, you don't have to put your best clothes on, you know, so that when you're doing it live, you forget that, you know, it does take time for you to dress up, for you to do your hair, for you to shave, for you to do whatever. And so people get used to just the introduction, just like the blind date piece.
So do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing? Because do you think we're becoming more lazy and more detached from society if we're able to just log on?
I think some people are. Sometimes you do get that. I think the other piece too is the fact that even though it's a start, it's a step in, it shouldn't be your only step. So having to take it to the next level, which is another piece of individuals not going. We talked about, you know, do they want it forever or do they want it for the moment? And by that I mean someone who is on the internet and saying, you know, I want this type of person, I want this relationship with you, I want it long lasting, I want us to be mad, passionately in love. And then when you say, okay, let's meet, it's like all of a sudden they disappear and you never see them again and you never hear from them again.
There are people really like that?
Yes, there are. I get a lot of, I do work with individuals who have had relationships through the internet, and so being able for them to feel comfortable And we'll talk about safety in a second, but there are people who will get on there, and what I call it is wanting it for the moment. You know, they want this relationship, but when you say, okay, meet me at such and such a place, they don't show. Because you're taking them out of their safety zone and pulling them into reality. And for somebody who's shy, you know, they felt very dominant, they felt very open and secure on this side of the screen, but then now they have to put their best foot forward and go and meet the person and say, this is me. You know,
So
do you
there's
still like me?
Okay, so you're saying that there's actual dating going involved on the internet?
Yes, there is.
Okay, so let me tell you what my vision of internet sex is.
Okay.
Coming to New York, living in New York, my vision is two boys logged on to Adam for Adam. They meet each other and then they have sex. There's no dating. How wrong, how right is that? Because that's how it is a lot in New York City.
Really, but is it that they're meeting, or are they spending a couple of weeks or days on the internet?
Hours.
Learning.
Minutes. That's how it is. That's how it seems to me in New York City.
But it comes back to, is it any different than the bar scene? Because at the bar scene, what are you doing? You're going, you're seeing them and going, okay, baby, come home with me.
Yeah.
You know, so that's really no difference.
Have to see a physical being. When I hear internet sex, that's the first vision I conjure up. Just two boys looking for, you know, a quick hookup. But you said there's actual dating, like people actually date.
There are people actually
Really?
dating on the internet.
Wow.
Where, I mean, I've dealt with quite a few people who have actually had long-distance relationships and how to be able to have and maintain a long-distance relationship. Because of the fact that you're on the internet doesn't mean that you're only getting people from, like, say, here in New York City, in your own area, or wherever it is that you are. But people are also dating, like somebody from New York might be dating somebody in California or somebody in England.
Can we really say that's dating, though? See, that's where the gray area is.
See, that's the piece of it, because what is dating?
Because I figure dating is two people who meet, you argue, you fight in person. You can't argue and fight over the internet.
But you're also doing it over the internet. You're still saying, honey, how was your day? What are you doing? What are you wearing? What's going on for you? It's just like if you were together, like say we were dating and we were together here, and all of a sudden my job took me to California. So now, are we still dating if I call you on the phone? Or are we not dating anymore because I'm in California, but I still come and visit you every now and then? See, so there is the dating. And the piece is that you're not just staying on the internet, although some people only want internet dating. Other people want to date to start at the internet and move it into reality, move it into, I don't want to say reality because it is reality while you're doing it on the internet, but they want to do it face to face.
I would think that would
There's always that moment. That's the ultimate piece.
That's what I would think.
And so it is, you know, where are you taking it afterwards? Are you just staying here? Or are you taking it to the next level, which is, let's meet, let's talk, then let's move on. The next level would also be, one of the questions is, well, since you spent all this time on the internet, your first date face to face, is it okay for you to have sex? You know, and I've had people ask me that as well.
Is it?
And is it for you? See, I don't want to say it's okay, but yes, it is. It's an individual thing. Because when somebody says, well, is it okay for me to have sex after, you know, being on the internet with this person for 6 months, but it's our first time meeting face to face? After 6 months, you already know quite a bit. So it's not a place for me to say, hey, you shouldn't have sex on the first date. Well, you've already been dating for 6 months. So it has to be an individual decision. You know, what's it for you? Is it okay for you to have sex at that moment? Do you want to? And understanding that the person that you see in front of you, you may not get the same vibe that you had while you were on the internet.
That's always a possibility.
It is a major possibility. And what I see that most people will turn around and spend, you know, 2-3 months, even 6 months on the internet, and then decide to meet the person live, and then because it didn't quite click in that first 15 minutes or in that date, they want to throw everything away. And that's the piece that I find wrong, because it's just like any other relationship. Not every moment is going to be perfect, and so making sure that you build in what the expectations are.